Hey everyone! I'm back again for another multi-CuriousCat question video. I have so many questions building up on my CuriousCat that I thought I'd just do another one of those long videos. I hope that you don't mind that. Without any hesitation, let's get right into it. The first question says, what's a hobby that you've always been curious about doing but never had the chance to try out? I actually don't know the answer to this because when I become interested in a hobby, I usually just try it right away. And some of them last, longer than others. Some might go for years or months, and some might go for days or weeks. But I usually try it when it's on my mind. I like that. I've tried so many different hobbies, and like I say, some have stuck, some have not. But it's great experience, and it gets you exposure into so many different things. But I don't really know how to answer this question now, because I don't have any hobbies on my mind at the moment, so I'm not too sure. Sorry about that. The next question says, are you a whoa or ooh-woo? I think you already know the answer to this one. If I wasn't holding my phone in the other hand, I would, ooh-woo, ooh-woo, ooh-woo. Next question says, would you ever move to the United States? The answer would be yes. Although I do love my home country of Canada, I would like to try living in the States. I think it would be quite fun. There are great things in Canada and there are great things in the US. And of course, there are cons. There are pros and cons to both things, right? Both countries. Any country, actually, really. But, I've always kind of been fantasizing a little bit that I would meet somebody who is from the US and get that dual citizenship, and, what I'm saying, get married or something. Ooh, the dream. Sorry, I'm getting embarrassed a little bit, but, I'd like to meet someone in the States, and get dual citizenship perhaps, and, try and live there for a while. Or maybe they would want to live here. Just get a little bit of a different outlook on life, maybe live in a different country, like in Europe or something. Who knows? But certainly to answer the question, I am not opposed. I'm definitely open to many things. Next question is submitted by Pero De Jim. Hopefully I got your name right. Sorry if I didn't. It says, what is your go-to comfort food? That's a great question. I don't really know the answer. I mean, I do like Taco Bell. I've said that before, I think, in one of the previous videos, but I love Taco Bell. I just wish that they'd bring the Diablo sauce here. We don't have Diablo sauce in Canada. Yeah, I love it so much. There is an Indian restaurant down the street that I love ordering from. Delicious, unhealthy food. Mexican food I mentioned before. But maybe comfort food, you may say, like snacks, right? I definitely like chips. Chocolate, of course, like chocolate covered almonds. Chips like dill pickle chips. Those are my favorite. Sweet chili heat Doritos. I don't want chips. Why'd you do this to me? This is your fault. Yeah, not too sure what else to say there. I mean, snacks are great. I don't eat them very often, but, they're amazing. Next question says, what was your childhood dream career? What did you want to be when you grew up? I answered this question in a separate video before, but I'll give you a quick explanation again. Childhood dream was to be a voice actor for a cartoon show, because I always thought when I was a kid that it'd be so cool to hear my voice set to a character in a TV show. And I remember in the video, actually, I answered, I said, I kind of am sort of doing that now, not professionally, of course, but the dream of my voice setting to a character on the screen is come true a little bit, I guess, right? Not quite the way I anticipated, but certainly interesting. Next question says, what is one natural quality you would like in a mate, whether it be their personality, looks, ideals, etc.? Ooh, I don't know if I can answer this one on the spot. Okay, actually I can. Natural quality, I would say humor. If you have the same type of humor as myself, I think we would get along really good, and I feel like that's a great way to bond with someone, is over laughter. So if you can laugh and I can laugh and we can get along the same way, I think that's a really good trait to have with people. Next question says, Do you fart? Well, don't all dogs fart? I mean, come on now. Brap. The answer is yes. The next one is not a question. It's more of a request. It says, could you moan? I don't know, I guess. Oh, yeah. Does that help? Does that work? I don't know. It's hard to fake it, right? It's better to do it for real. Next question comes from Jack S. Husko and says, does your tail curl? Yeah, I mean, you can't really see it, but yeah, you know, husky curl, you know, of course it does. Not sure what else to say about that. Next question says, what is your most favorite species of burb, and have you hugged any cool burbs recently? And sort of an oo-woo, but oo-voo, like O-V-O. Oh, hands going crazy. I don't really know anything about birds, to be very honest with you, so I don't really know what my answer would be. I had a budgie bird growing up, which I thought was pretty cool. But geez, I don't know. Parrots, maybe? I don't know. They're kind of annoying though, right? They start copying you, right? I really don't know, but hugged cool burbs, I have. I know some in VRChat, so maybe you're one of them asking the question. So I'm sorry, I don't know what else to really say. The next question comes from Corvée Pax. Is that right? Sorry if I didn't get it right. Why the purple eyes? I mean, hey, we didn't all choose to be born in this world. We get what we get, and I was gifted purple eyes. Actually, I'll give you a better answer than that. Corny response. I love purple. Purple is my actual favorite color. I mean, you may think it's blue. I do love blue as well, but I just think purple is really cool. You can't see it right now, but I do have a purple hoodie on. Purple's just great. So I thought, you know, as a memento, or whatever the right word is for that, you know, to call back to my love of purple, I was like, hey, let's make the eyes purple. The nose was originally supposed to be purple too, I think, but I said, no, let's make it black. It looked kind of weird. Okay, next question says, I answered that one in a separate video. Share the third picture in your camera roll, no cheating. Well, let me see what my camera shows. Oh, it's not very interesting though. It's that top and bottom bingo thing, the sheet. So unfortunately, I mean, I could share it, but it's not interesting at all. So, sorry about that. Next question says, Lucky, how tall are you? And what is your favorite meal to make? Ooh, multi-questions. Well, I did answer this before, but I'll answer it again. I'm 6'2", kind of tall. I think in centimeters it's like 190, 191. I don't really know exactly. It's something around there. Favorite type of meal to make? Well, I am very lazy when it comes to making meals. Mostly because, you know, I don't have the passion for that, honestly. I said this before, but I have a very mean chili recipe, so I always use that as my go-to, favorite meal to make. It's best chili I've ever had, better than any restaurant or fast food place or anything like that. I've never had better. I answered that question in a separate video. I probably should have marked them off. Next question comes from Aster Trevor. Who made your VRChat model, and how much did it cost? Okay, Ghost Cabot made the Fluffer avatar, which is the model that you're looking at now. And then my friend Blaze Panda did the reskin, so did the colors and patterns and things. And the prices for that at the time, the model was $30 USD, and I paid Blaze $60 Canadian, so maybe $50 USD for the reskin. So almost $100 for all that. 30 plus 50, so 70, I guess, around 70 US dollars. Yeah, I mean, I love it. It's worth every penny. I could have went all out with a custom model, but then it's getting probably really expensive, right? Like hundreds of dollars, and I'm not sure if it's quite worth it for me, honestly. Let's see here. Next question says from Red Clay Rob. Hey friend, if a woman has stretch marks, you said starch marks, but I'm sure you mean stretch marks on her body, does that mean that she's been pregnant before? Just kidding. There's more to the question, but I mean, I think you can get stretch marks without being pregnant, even though that you're really not asking that question, but I still feel like I would like to answer. But anyway, just kidding. In all seriousness, have you ever encountered issues with CuriousCat, like annoying people or security issues? No, there hasn't really been any problems. There was one kind of spam question that didn't seem relevant, a couple times, and I think that was about it. I just deleted them or reported them. But other than that, no, I haven't had any problems, and you would think that there would be many problems because you can submit your questions anonymously, right? So no, not too bad yet. So hopefully nothing happens. Excuse me. Next question says, what's the phone app you use the most? That's a great question. Probably Twitter, even though it shouldn't be. I mostly go on my phone for Twitter, Reddit, and Telegram. I mean, there are others, but those are like the top 3. And probably the top one would be Twitter. I spend probably too much time browsing around looking at all the furry stuff. You're at home all the time, not able to see your friends and stuff, so there's nothing really else to do but stay connected on Twitter and Telegram, right? Next question says, what would you do if someone left a stray cat girl at your doorstep? Well, first of all, I would wonder, there's many questions that I would wonder. 1, why is it here at my doorstep? 2, did they finally perfect the art of creating cat girls? Because as far as I knew, that wasn't really a thing yet. And third of all, I would want to know, like, is it healthy? Is it fine? Does it need taken care of? I certainly don't want to take care of it for life, but just like a stray animal, maybe take care of it for a bit and then find where it should be, right? Previous owner, or perhaps a shelter of some kind. I don't know. That's a crazy question. I don't know. I think I'm not qualified to answer that one. Next question says, do you remember your dreams? If so, do you have any recurring dreams or people or places you dream about often? No, I don't really remember them too much these days, but I do recall a time when I read it online somewhere where you basically, when you wake up in the morning, you write down immediately what you saw and heard or seen in the dream, right? And that way you can look at it later, and it kind of encourages you to remember more. Like, it trains that part of your brain to remember more, and it was working at one point. I have a log file somewhere on my phone where I kept them all, but I stopped doing that. So, and I've noticed that I've stopped kind of remembering. So I don't really remember too much. People or places, I don't know. Sorry. I mean, if I did remember them, they're probably all about romping and finding a lover or something. The things that I desire, right? Maybe there's money trees, or I get free money or something. Who knows? Next one says, hey Lucky, was wondering if you've heard of pup play and your thoughts on that. Thanks for the wholesome content. I've heard about it, don't know too much about it. Sounds kind of interesting. Not sure if it's fully for me, but maybe give it a try. I don't really know what else to say. I mean, thanks for the wholesome content. That's not a very wholesome question though, is it? I'm not too sure. I mean, I know about it, I've seen it. Maybe I'd try it once, but I don't know. I think overall it's probably not for me. Next question says, ever heard of My Little Pony and Bronies? Was wondering what you thought of the fandom and if you'd be interested. And clopping? I know about clopping. Oh my god. I haven't heard about My Little Pony and Bronies for a couple of years now. I know that was like a big thing, maybe, I can't even remember, like 5 years ago, maybe more. I've watched the show a couple episodes just to see what the hype was about. I didn't get into it, honestly, because I can get into like cartoon shows like for kids, but I don't know, that show it didn't really catch me, but I can see how people would like it. My thoughts on the fandom, I mean, it's like the furry fandom. I mean, you've got people there and they're having a good time, so what does it matter, right? Like, you know, like there's no point in saying, you know, it's great or it's bad. They let them do what they want to do, right? Probably not interested in joining though. I'm already in the furry fandom, and I'm not saying you have to belong to one or the other, but I think one fandom is probably enough, or at least one this big that I'm involved in, or I put a lot of effort into this fandom, so probably don't want to take away that effort for something else. So yeah, unfortunately, I probably won't care too much about that. Next question says, how do I avoid being cringe while flirting and or lewd talking? Well, be natural, be yourself. Don't try too hard. Don't overthink things, even though it may be difficult to do, but that may help you, I guess. Next question says, if you could stop time for 24 hours, what would you do in that time? That's a great question. Probably something money related, something that would benefit me tons of money. I don't know how that would work or where that would work, but stop time, go somewhere, maybe find like lottery numbers or something, I guess. I don't even know. Some way that I would be able to scam myself into more money. That's for sure. Next question says, why do you gotta sound more and more like someone I'd love to date as you answer more and more questions? I don't know. I guess you're finding out more about me and it's attractive to you. I don't know. I mean, I'm just me. So I guess you like me. That's the answer to that. I don't know. Next question says, do you play other games besides VRChat? Not really these days. I kind of fell out of love with gaming. I used to play Counter-Strike Go a lot. I have like almost 2,500 hours in the game. I was very good at it, but it's very stressful, and I didn't really want to be stressed out anymore like that. I play a lot of older games, mostly, you know, like on the original Nintendo, Super Nintendo, 64. Like, I like old games. That's why you probably, if you saw me on Twitch, subscribe to my Twitch channel. twitch.tv/aluckydoggo. Look, I did a plug, my first plug. You know, I play older games on Twitch because that's what I grew up with. That's what I love. So, no, not really any other games these days. Let's answer maybe one more question and then wrap up. Only because I don't really know. I don't have a timer going. I don't know how long this video is right now. Next question says, have you ever considered moving? And if so, which places do you think you would possibly move to? Oh, this is kind of like the question from before. You know what? I don't know what I would like to do or where I would like to move to. I certainly know I'd like to move out of this apartment that I live in, although it's very cheap, but it has some problems, right? You know, like noisy neighbors and I could go on. I can make a whole video about the problems I have here, but the problem is it's very cheap for Toronto, so it's very difficult to move, because if I move, I got to pay a lot more money. So, move to a different place in Canada, maybe? I don't know. There's not too many places you can go to, because my job is work from home now, but not work from home later, right? So, you know, you have to get a job in like kind of a hotspot area, so like Toronto or Montreal or British Columbia, right? I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of Canada's very large, but the population is not large. So, you know, tech jobs, I think here in this country are in those hotspots, right? I could go to the U.S., but I could, you know, I don't know what the tech hotspots are there. I know Texas is becoming one. California is, of course, one. Silicon Valley. But it's very expensive to live there, so I don't think I'd like to go there. I'm not sure, honestly. I think it wraps into my answer from before. You know, if I met someone and they wanted me to move there, I would just move to wherever they were. Okay. Let's just do one more question. I know I said that already, and then we'll wrap up for sure. So the question comes from Pero de Jim again. Hey, how's it going? Computer or console for games? I think it depends on the type of game. I refuse to play a first-person shooter with a console like the controller. I just can't do it. It has to be keyboard and mouse. That's the superior way to control FPS games. But other than that, I don't think it matters too much where you play your games. I don't know. I used to play a good mix of both, right? I don't know how to answer this. I don't have a favorite either way. I mean, I do have a love for old systems. I do have a love for old computers too, actually. So I don't know. I think it depends on the type of game. FPS for PC, and controller on the computer, or controller on the console for everything else. All right. Well, let's leave it there. There are some more questions, but I feel like this video is probably 20 minutes already. I don't want it to go on to 30 minutes. I think that would be way too long. So, do appreciate the questions, everyone, and hope you've enjoyed your time watching this video. And until next time, we'll see ya, okay? All right. Bye.